Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I was gonna be talking a little bit about Khora. Just give you my first impressions on the class so far, and so far I'm kind of disappointed with Khora. It's not what I expected it to be. I was expecting it to be a little bit more based on damage, and like it's mainly CC that you're getting from this character, which is not bad. You actually have some pretty decent CC, but it's not better than any other Warframe that's already out, and that's the problem. So when you compare it to other Warframes, which I have a ton of Warframes that I've been playing with and doing, and this just seems like an average frame that just kind of like it's blah. And I'm gonna explain exactly why. Okay, so talking about the powers, let's go straight into that. Whip Claw. That's the first ability. It's basically, if you ever used Gara, it's like the Gara's ability when you hold down the one and then she slashes in a cone. That's basically what Whip Claw is. So it's nice with range, but the damage is just really low. And at the same time, it tries to be good by actually scaling with the melee weapon. So it goes off of the melee mods, like if you're running corrosive or something, it'll actually proc corrosive, which is really cool. But it's not enough to actually be worth using. So that's why the one is pretty garbage in my opinion, and it doesn't really work well with the other abilities. Because the second ability is one of your main CCs. Well, it's not the main CC, but it's definitely a good secondary at least. That when you hold a single mob and then everything in the area of that mob gets sucked to it, like it just gets pulled into it, almost like the vortex from Vuban. And this, if you use the Whip Claw, and you hit the main target, it actually shuts it off and it knocks them on the ground, which sounds like, oh, it might be worth it to do, but honestly, it's not. Because if you just leave the mob held, they won't move and they won't do anything. So it actually makes them completely helpless, except for their spelling right there. They put hapless, but it does make them helpless. And you're better off just leaving them be helpless instead of using the one to break it free, basically. So that's the one thing that's kind of disappointing. The Vanari is the pet. So when you pull out the pet, you actually have 3 different modes that you can put it in. So you have like the attack stance, and then you have a defense stance, and then you also have the heal stance. For me, the heal stance is the most useful out of all 3, because it actually works the best when you're on teams or if you're by yourself, because it kind of works like Nidus's heal over time. So when when you pop the 4 on the Nidus, you have like this big tick of heal. It's like 50 heal over every second, and that's basically the same thing you're getting out of Vanari. So it works really well. The other 2 modes, the attack mode and the protect mode, is pretty garbage, because the attack mode, you would expect it to be doing some crazy damage or do some nice AoEs, and it doesn't. It's just like a normal Kubro. It's just as useless as a normal Kubro. No offense. It's not good in big normal Warframe missions that you go on. Because typically when you play Warframe, are you fighting one mob at a time? No, you're fighting like intense mobs at the same time. And the Vanari only wants to single target things all day. So the attack mode is basically she'll just hold one mob down with the chain and then do some like twirls and spins and then kills it. But you only killed one mob. I'm running around with my Ignis killing 20 mobs in the time it took for that thing to kill one. So that's the big problem with that. The protect mode of it is I thought it would give you some defense or something, and it doesn't. It actually, all it does is basically turn the Vanari into a Loki with disarm. So it will hit one target, disarm them, and that's pretty much it. So another useless stance. So pretty much the only stance worth staying in is heal posture. And then we're talking about the 4 now. this is probably the most useful skill on this character, period. And it's because you put it down and it's basically like Frost's bubble, but it kind of works in the way of how Hydron is. So when you like for example with Hydron, you put it down and then it's like the the big tentacles come out and grab the mobs. It's similar to that, but at least from what I've seen, it looks like there's no cap on how many mobs can actually get sucked to it, which I'm not exactly sure yet. So don't think that that's like an official thing on how the 4 works. I still have to play with it more, but it seems like the 4 is actually what it does is it'll like suck a bunch of the mobs into the little cage, and then they get tangled up in like a web, basically. And that's probably the most useful skill on Khora. So I was just gonna run into a mission, that way you guys can see a little bit of what it's like. So I'm just gonna play it, and then you can see what's going on. Alright, so I just made it to a mission. This is Mott and Void. Just gonna start it up, then we can get on killing some stuff. But I just pulled out the pet. So basically when you hit the pet, the 3, it's on a timer, so you don't have to worry about it being, there's no toggles on this class, which is very good. So you don't have to worry about like the constant energy drain or anything like that. So you can run them like with Zenuric and just constantly be getting energy over time. The 4, I'm gonna hit it right now so I can start holding things down. So this is how the 4 works. You see this? So they basically just hang around and stuff, and yeah, sometimes it'll be kind of annoying. I can see the potential in this being really annoying, especially when some stay alive. You see that? That one was alive up there, so it could probably be annoying for some people on the team. Just them being tangled up in a web and then they can't shoot at it, or they're all kind of all over the place, scattered. But it still works really well. That's probably like the main reason to even play Khora, honestly. I'm gonna switch modes on the Venari to the heal, because like I said, the heal is the most useful thing on him, because the other modes just don't seem like they do anything, and when they do, it's only hitting one mob at a time. So it's like, what's the point, So you see that? The hold is actually really good, and I'm on overextended. I'm a fully ranged build right now, which is probably gonna be close to the final build. So I'm gonna be making a build video pretty soon, but I still haven't perfected it yet. I'm at 2 Forma right now, and I still need to do 2 more Forma. And one thing that really bothers me is that the Exilis slot got one of the polarities. And I don't understand how that happened. I don't know if it's just Khora that's like that, but mine got gimped with the whole polarity on the Exilis slot. So I gotta respec a couple times, put some more Forma on it just to kind of clear up that problem there. But you see, the 4 is pretty awesome. It just holds everything in place. Let me use the 2, because I haven't been using the 2 at all. I don't really use any other power but the 4 and the 3, to be honest. And that's been the character so far. The 1 is this whip. You see? Oh shit, this thing is whooping my ass. Hold on. Let me get away from him. Bring out my pet. So I'm gonna use the 2. Oh my Jesus. They're not giving me a chance to do anything. Alright, there goes the 2. You see? It's ripping them all to the main target. So this is the main target right here, and they all get pulled to it. I see them dropping off. I don't know what causes that to happen. Let me play around with it a little bit. You see it starts yanking them all to the center there. Not sure how many targets it actually can hold maximum, but it seems like it's okay, but it's not the best CC. Obviously the 4 is by far the best CC. So you hit that, and it's like guaranteed everything is stuck, you see? So it's kind of similar to like Frost's Globe, but it doesn't deflect damage or anything. You're still very vulnerable inside, so if anything comes nearby, they can get stuck. Look at that one twirling. But yeah, you see, that's pretty much the main thing about Khora. That's just a quick look at it. So far, to be honest, I'm not really that impressed, and I kind of wish I just farmed for it instead of buying it with platinum, but whatever, it's what it is. Just got super wrecked. She's squishy, by the way, in case you just didn't notice that. She's very squishy. So if you're not running around spamming the 4, you're gonna be dead. So that's the biggest downside with Khora right now. But yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the build. I'm gonna be doing it pretty soon, probably in the next couple days, but I just want to make sure I have a nice build before I put it up. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Later.